From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger, and we expect more afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow, Wednesday, possibly even into Thursday and Friday of this week. This weekend right now, it looks like things will dry out, but there's still maybe a lingering chance even going into the first half of the weekend. But I don't expect any major outbreaks of lightning, but Wednesday could be that day. There is that potential for that. Warmer this week. You've already noticed it here today. It's going to be a little bit warmer here for tomorrow. Basically, the low to mid 90s that we saw last week, that's come to an end. It's going to be more like the mid to upper 90s for your daytime highs, even around 100 degrees here as early as tomorrow. So just barely below that triple digit mark, I think, in most cases, and barely below normal for this time of the year as well. We'll get into all of that here just a little bit, but first, here's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Monday, July 28th. Now for tonight, we're going to be looking at temperatures not quite as cool as they have been. Generally looking at temperatures in the upper 60s for the valley and mainly in the 50s for the higher elevations and for the coast. Now looking out the door for tomorrow morning, again, a little bit more on the mild side than it has been, especially since last week, with temperatures in the low 70s at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for the valley, 50s and 60s for the higher elevations, and most likely still seeing some of that fog along the coast with temperatures in the low 50s. That swirling area of low pressure you see over the Gulf of Alaska, that's just going to stay put. Now, that's important because it's going to prevent the heat over the desert Southwest that is building into Northern California as we speak, but not as strong as it could because that area of low pressure over the Gulf of Alaska is preventing it from moving in and building in as strong. Now we look at tomorrow, and the Storm Prediction Center has the areas in green with the best chances for thunderstorms and even some dry lightning for tomorrow. And when we look at the HRRR forecast model for the rest of the night tonight and into tomorrow, you can still see maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm even this evening, but by late tonight, it's all pretty much done with. We're dry for Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon, there's that potential. Now, again, this is the HRRR forecast model. I tend to agree more with our in-house forecast model, which I'll show you in our deeper dive forecast, and it'll give you a better representation of where I think most of the thunderstorms will be. But this model is in pretty much alignment with the Storm Prediction Center, keeping most of the storms north and east of the valley, and Trinity County at this point, based on this model, doesn't look like we're going to see much in the way of thunderstorm activity there. But I still had that chance for thunderstorms, even for Trinity County for tomorrow. All right, so here's your forecast for your Tuesday. Temperatures in the 80s, even some 90s for the higher elevations, with pretty much a chance for thunderstorms anywhere you go in the higher elevations. Now, inland and the coast, I think you will remain dry as most of the activity will stay east of Del Norte and Humboldt counties. So looking at your 7-day forecast for the valley, temperatures upper 90s, about 100 degrees here for the next 7 days for Redding, mid to upper 90s in Red Bluff, and mid 90s on average for the Chico area. We take a look at the coast, temperatures in the low 60s, inland still dry, temperatures in the low 90s there. Chance for thunderstorms continue at least through Thursday for Trinity County before drying out most likely by the time we get to the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. Chance for thunderstorms pretty much through this week for Siskiyou and Modoc counties, maybe the eastern mountain seeing a bit of that break by Friday and into the weekend. And temperatures also kind of hovering around in the mid 80s for the most part in Siskiyou County and Modoc County, upper 80s to about 90 out towards some of the eastern mountains. By the way, if you want to track any of these storms, you can do that very easily from the free Weather NorCal app. And by the way, put those notifications on because the Weather NorCal app sends out the alerts before the Weather Service even sends them out. So you have the ability to get the warnings before anybody else does from the free Weather NorCal app. Check it out. Search for Weather NorCal in the App Store and you'll be good to go. All right, let's take a look at your fire forecast sponsored by Garmin's Tractor Service. You can see those winds are picking up here, this dying down that is here for tonight and into tomorrow morning. They'll pick back up again tomorrow afternoon as we have seen pretty much all summer long, and that's the case again on Wednesday. Now what you're seeing on Wednesday in the mountains in particular are strong winds, generated by the thunderstorms. We expect some pretty strong to even severe thunderstorms by the middle of this week, by Wednesday, which we'll take a closer look at here in just a second. But there you can see your fire weather risk for your Tuesday is in that moderate to even barely getting into that high range, and I do expect in the moderate to high range by Wednesday. It's warming up. It's staying fairly dry out there, and those winds a little bit on the gusty side, especially in the afternoon hours. So again, the area of low pressure spinning over the Gulf of Alaska is preventing the heat from building as strong as it would like, but we're still seeing it much warmer than it was over the last 7, even 10 days. So there you can see, again, the Storm Prediction Center putting most of the thunderstorms to the north and east of the valley, with most of the dry lightning strikes to the north and east of the valley as well. You'll notice it kind of pushes it a little bit more to the south on Wednesday, including northern Trinity County. But take a look at Futurecast. This is our in-house forecast model. We'll take you to tonight, and there you can see actually late tonight, early tomorrow morning, we actually may see a disturbance push through Modoc County, giving you some late night, early morning showers and thunderstorms, but otherwise dry for tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, by midday, we're starting to see those towering cumulus clouds as we typically do. And then by the afternoon, most of the thunderstorms are north and east of the valley, but we can't rule out a stray thunderstorm developing even in Trinity County. So even at 6 o'clock in the evening on Tuesday, you're still seeing some of the activity in Modoc County. And then by Tuesday night, it's all pretty much done with. But there's another disturbance that could clip extreme eastern northern California, giving parts of Modoc, Lassen, and even Plumas County a chance for showers, say, Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. And then we start to see things beginning to get a little bit more widespread. So this is the day I'm most concerned about this week, is Wednesday. This is when we can see the potential for severe thunderstorms, including heavy rainfall, gusty winds, hail, quarter-size hail possibly, and frequent lightning. And look at the thunderstorms getting close to the north end of the valley as well. It's not out of the question on Wednesday for the city of Shasta Lake, Redding, maybe Anderson to maybe see a stray shower or thunderstorm, or at the very least get a lightning show. So that's something to look out for as we go into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. By Wednesday night, it's all pretty much done with, and we may see another round coming into your Thursday as well. In fact, take a look at our long-range futurecast here. This is looking at the American forecast model, and you can see as we go into Thursday afternoon, a chance for thunderstorms in the mountains. We go into Friday afternoon, there's that next chance for thunderstorms in the mountains. We go into Saturday afternoon, and there you can see it doesn't look like we're going to see much in the way of any thunderstorm activity, so that could be the break. All right, so let's talk about the temperatures. As mentioned last week, we were below normal. This week, we're near normal to right around, upper 90s to about 100 degrees in the valley. But then taking a look at beyond that, let's take a look at what we've got going on. So you've got the area of low pressure over the Gulf of Alaska. That is going to stay put. So the heat over the desert Southwest, you see how it doesn't really move much closer to us this week. And as a result, we keep our temperature status quo, mid to upper 90s to even around 100 degrees for some of the warmer spots all week long. No big changes there, right? And that continues even into the weekend. But one of the things that I'm watching here very closely, and this isn't really going to show it here, but the desert Southwest high, the heat there, some of the long-range forecast models are hinting at toward the end of next week, the potential for some bigger heat heading our way. And looking at the long range, August 5th, say over the next 10 days or so, now you're looking at warmer than normal conditions. So this is when I expect to possibly be pushing 105, 106 degrees as we get to the end of next week. But the end of next week, even here around Thursday of next week, still only about 102 degrees, which is barely above normal. But this is showing the signs of starting that trend of getting up above normal, which is around 100 to 101, at least for Redding. So when we get up to 102, 104, 105, now we're climbing above normal for this time of the year and getting into some more slightly excessive heat, right? So we look at our wave heights going into your Tuesday. They're really not increasing much. They may increase a little bit here, though, as we go into your Wednesday, but that may be a little bit associated with that chance for thunderstorms, especially in the higher elevations. So Trinity County, a chance for thunderstorms off and on through Thursday. Not as ominous as it looks, but that chance is there nonetheless. Now, I don't have any showers or thunderstorms for the coast or the inland areas for tomorrow and really over the next 7 days. I think most, if not all, of the thunderstorm activity will be east of Del Norte and Humboldt counties. But in Siskiyou County, you've got thunderstorms pretty much Tuesday through Friday. And quite honestly, that may even linger on into Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. That could be the case for Modoc County as well. Otherwise, temperatures upper 80s to about 90 degrees, although Cedarville about 85 and 87 degrees in Tule Lake. We take you to the eastern mountains where you've got those temperatures around 87 out towards Chester, 93 in Susanville, and 91 for Janesville. Doyle about 90 degrees. And we take you to the valley to the south with 96 out towards Chico, 94 in Biggs, and 96 degrees for Corning. Take a look at Chico. There you can see we're going to be looking at those temperatures mainly in the mid-90s as we go over the next 7 days. And taking a look at your forecast up to the north here, we are going to be looking at temperatures around 100 degrees. So we could touch 100 degrees for parts of the valley, especially the north end of the valley around the Redding area, and of course even around, say, Anderson, for example. But that's your 7-day forecast for Redding. It's hot. It's hotter than it was last week, but still nothing unusual for this time of the year, that is, with temperatures generally in the upper 90s. Well, that's your look at your evening forecast. I'll be back again, of course, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Krueger at 6:30. Until then, have yourselves a great rest of your evening.
Construction season is well underway in the North State, and we'd like to remind drivers to slow down around work zones. Keep Caltrans workers safe when they're on the job, and remember to be work zone alert when you see the color orange. Remember to pay attention to signs, merge early, avoid distractions, and don't speed. This message is brought to you by Caltrans District 2.